can I say about this wonderful woman that I've had the privilege of calling my wife for the last 25 years? As you all know, she's just a wonderful person. And you have to think about, it seems that we've been together for a long time, and we've been through a lot. We've been through thick and thin. Obviously, she likes it better when I was thin than thick. But still, when we first got married, I really had to wonder, are we one of these couples that's going to stand the test of time? Will we be together for a long time? In 1994, my job moved from Ohio to Syracuse, New York, a very cold place. And I asked her at the time, I said, will you come with me to New York and start our life? And she said very simply, with the determination of the Filipina, yes, I will, wherever you go, I will follow you. So we went to New York, and we stayed there for 8 years. And I pitied her when I saw her bundled up against the wind and the cold and the snow, but she smiled all throughout it and made some wonderful friends there. So we made it through that together. Then in 2002, the company I worked with closed up, and they offered me a job in Boise, Idaho. And if you've ever been out to Boise, it's kind of a desert town. There's not much to do out there, so it's a very lonely place. But I asked her again. I said, honey, if we go to Boise, will you go with me? And she said, of course, yes. Wherever you go, I will follow you. But this time there was a sadness in her. And so I said, she was willing to go with me, but I was not willing to put her through that. And so I declined the job, and we just left our fate up to the hands of God. That led us to Atlanta, Georgia, and that turned out to be a wonderful decision. So God was grateful and good to us. So we met some wonderful friends there. She already had one friend, Jing, from college. But we met a good group of friends. We bought a wonderful, beautiful house. She planted this beautiful garden. And of course, we had our wonderful son. So life was good. But with all things over time, the stress of our jobs kind of started weighing down on us, and we weren't just as happy as we used to be. So in 2018, I really got to thinking about, what's the next step? And financially, we were able to retire early. Thank you, God, for that. But the problem was it's very expensive to live in the States. So I asked her this one more time. I said, if I go back to your homeland, to the Philippines, so we can retire, will you go with me? And surprisingly, she was a little more concerned about it than I was. And I think it was that she'd been gone away for so long. You think about over half her life was spent in the United States. And she was really giving up a lot, to go. The house, and steady paycheck, all of that. But in the end, she simply said, once again, wherever you go, I will follow you. And so I just wanted to say thank you, honey, because that brings us here with all of you back to our friends and to start the next chapter of our life. So because she's stuck with me through all this, like I said, for life. And I just wanted to say one last thing about that. I really take my role as a provider and a protector of my family very seriously. And I would not bring you to a place where you would not blossom. So here, we've got the opportunity to let you grow again and find a new way. And in the words of the famous Bob Marley, don't worry, everything's going to be all right as long as we're together.